Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lollipop and today we're going to be comparing and contrasting the 2020 and 2021 Trek Remedy bikes. I'm pretty excited about this video, but I was waiting for Trek to release the models in the US before I made it, so I could be more sure of the pricing and other changes. However, it's been a while now and they still haven't come up on the website, so I'm just going to talk about all the changes I know currently about these bikes. With that said, I do not have all of the official images and official prices in US dollars, but I will list and show you what I do know. And if I notice any changes to these or to the actual specifications, I will add an update in the comments section below. I'm going to go over both the aluminum and carbon fiber frame versions of the Remedies that have been updated, and that includes the Remedy 7, Remedy 8GX, Remedy 8XT, and the Remedy 9.8 carbon bike. All of the frame specifications have remained unchanged from 2020, but I will throw up those right now for those of you who are interested. And like always, I will be making and filling out these tables throughout the video, so you can see all of the changes in one place. Lastly, if you do want to see other lineup comparisons from Trek or from other brands, I have made a lot of those on my channel, including ones on the Fuel EX and Top Fuel lines, so check those out if you are interested. But before we get into those 2021 changes, I am going to give a quick background on the Remedy lineup. The Remedies are full suspension mountain bikes from Trek, but they are more oriented toward having fun on trails and in general are intended to be very playful bikes. They thus all come with 27.5 inch diameter tires that are 2.6 inches wide for better traction and grip, which also allow you to go over lots of rough terrain with ease, and they can be thought of as the Trek Roscoes of the full suspension bikes in that sense. And with that out of the way, let's get into the updates. Starting with the Remedy 7, which is the least expensive model in this lineup, the 2020 bike was priced at $3,300 or 2,200 pounds, but the 2021 bike has increased in price to 2,300 pounds. This bike actually has the least amount of changes for 2021, but one of them is the color. The 2020 bike came in the color teal, while the 2021 Remedy 7 replaces that with crimson. Besides that, we just have a small update to the dropper seat post, which is still the same Trans X JD dropper post, but it had 130 millimeters of travel in 2020 and now has 150 millimeters of travel in 2021. However, the new 2021 bike will come tubeless prepared with sealant installed, which is a nice feature since you won't have to set it up yourself, and it will significantly prevent your tires from getting pinch flats from thorns or other sharp objects. These changes do impact the weight a bit, as the 2020 model weighed 14.68 kilograms or 32.36 pounds, and the 2021 bike weighs in at 15.01 kilograms or 33.09 pounds. Moving on, we have the Remedy 8GX. In 2020, this bike was priced at $4,000 or 2,700 pounds, but the 2021 bike has once again increased in price to 2,850 pounds. The colors are also different in this model, with the 2020 bike coming in matte Trek black and a teal to volt green fade. The 2021 bike replaces both of these colors with lithium gray and a marigold to radioactive red fade. Now in terms of component updates, we have a nice change for the rear shock, which was a RockShox Deluxe RT3 shock in 2020 that has been replaced with the upgraded RockShox Super Deluxe Select Plus in 2021. This new shock shock be smoother, quieter, and it has a piggyback shock that will allow for noticeably better dampening on the trail to smoothen out those harsher bumps. Besides this, we do also have an update to the rear cassette, which has just been swapped out from the SRAM 10 to 50 tooth cassette to the SRAM 10 to 52 tooth cassette, which just adds 2 more teeth on the largest cog in the cassette for a wider range of gears and thus easier pedaling while going uphill. The last change is to the brakes, which have been upgraded from the 2020 model's SRAM Guide R hydraulic disc brakes to the SRAM Code R hydraulic brakes. Both of these are 4-piston brakes with 200mm front rotors and 180mm rear rotors, but the new code brakes should be significantly better in terms of stopping power and overall quality. These changes have impacted the weight of the bike as well, with the 2020 bike weighing in at 14.39 kilograms or 31.73 pounds, while the 2021 bike is a bit lighter at 14.07 kilograms or 31.01 pounds. It should be noted that the 2021 bike does come tubeless prepared with sealant installed, and it is weighed as such, while the 2020 bike was weighed with inner tubes installed instead. Now we're going to move on to the Remedy 8 XT. This bike actually did have a 2020 model, but it was only available in certain countries excluding the United States. Nonetheless, I will still compare the two bikes to show you the updates, but eventually in another video I will do a lineup comparison for the Remedy series to go over the differences between these XT bikes and the Remedy 8 GX bikes. Luckily, the Remedy 8 XT models cost the same price as the Remedy 8 GX bikes, which also means that it has increased in price from $4,000 or £2,700 to £2,850 for 2021. The 2020 bike came in only one color, which was matte Trek Black, while the 2021 Remedy 8 XT also only comes in one color, which is lithium gray. For the component updates, the rear shock has the exact same update as the Remedy 8 GX model, so the RockShox Deluxe RT3 has been replaced with the Piggyback Super Deluxe Select Plus. Additionally, the crankset in this case has actually changed as well, from the Shimano XT M8100 to the Shimano SLX M7100, though both of these are still 32-tooth cranks with boost spacing and should thus be similar enough. The last update is to the grips, which were Bontrager XR Trail Elite grips in 2020, but they are now Bontrager XR Trail Pro grips in 2021, which have a dual lock-on design so they're less likely to move or come off the bike entirely. The weight has not been affected much at all, but the bike weighed 14.15 kilograms or 31.2 pounds in 2020, and it now weighs 14.12 kilograms or 31.12 pounds with tubeless sealant installed instead of inner tubes. And finally, we have our carbon fiber Remedy update, which is to the Remedy 9.8. This bike has the most updates for 2021, and in 2020 it was priced at $5,500 or 4,600 pounds, but it has increased in 2021 to $5,700 or 4,850 pounds. The colors are different as well, with the 2020 bike coming in a teal to volt green fade, as well as a matte nautical navy color, while the 2021 bike replaces both colors with purple flip and gloss black olive with matte Neistar black accents. The component upgrades begin with the suspension. The front fork was a Fox Performance 36 in 2020, which has been swapped out for the Fox Performance 38 in 2021. Both of these forks have very similar specifications like the tapered steerer, 44mm offset, boost 110 spacing, and 160mm of travel, but the new fork has even wider 38mm stanchions for extremely good dampening on the trail. This fork is thus extremely capable and should definitely be able to handle almost any sort of rough terrain. The rear shock also has an update, as it was a Fox Performance Float shock in 2020, and it is now a Fox Factory Float DPX2 in 2021, which also has that same piggyback design for much smoother dampening. Both wheels have been updated as well, with the 2020 Remedy 9.8 using Bontrager Line Carbon 30 rims, while the 2021 bike goes to the brand new Bontrager Line Elite 30 carbon rims, though both wheel sets are still tubeless ready and have similar measurement specifications. The 2021 wheel set is, however, lighter in weight and more durable. Next, we have the stem. The 2020 bike used a Bontrager Line Pro stem, which was 50mm long, while the new Remedy uses the same exact stem, but it is now 5mm shorter at 45mm. This will allow the bike to have better turning capabilities, but it will sacrifice some high-end speed. The crankset has also been updated from the Truvative Descendant 7K Eagle crank to the SRAM GX Eagle crank, and although these cranks do not have many differences besides appearance, the 2020 crank had 32 teeth, while the new bike uses a 30-tooth crankset. This will change the feel of the bike while pedaling and should make it a bit better at climbing, but it will sacrifice some high-end speed as well. And the last change is to the brakes. The 2020 Remedy used SRAM G2 RSC hydraulic disc brakes, while the 2021 bike uses the SRAM Code R brakes. Both of these are still 4-piston brakes with 200mm front rotors and 180mm rear rotors, so they are pretty similar, but the Code R brakes are slightly better in terms of quality and stopping power reliability. All of these changes have actually made the bike heavier for 2021, as the 2020 bike weighed 12.94 kilograms or 28.53 pounds, while the new bike weighs 13.54 kilograms or 29.86 pounds. Both of these are weighed with tubeless sealant. But those are all the current changes to the Trek Remedy lineup from 2020 to 2021. I'll put up the simplified tables that show all of the differences in one place right now, but I hope this video helped you out in determining those changes and those upgrades. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe, and if I missed anything in the video or made any mistakes, please leave a comment and I will try to fix it as soon as possible. And if you have any questions or suggestions besides that, feel free to ask as well. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and keep biking.